Yeah, I got something to share this morning, and it's very, very crucial to me because I keep asking myself questions like, our African parents, what are they doing right now? Are they really teaching us morals? Are they really teaching their children what they ought to know? There's a part of the Bible that says, raise up a child in the way it should grow, so that when they grow, they don't depart from me. What kind of lectures, what kind of doctrines does our parent teach our female child, the girl child? You know, it had disturbing that you gonna be out there on the street, you see girls trying to live a stupid life. All the time you see young girls that be hopping in from one man to another. Where's education? We are Africans. The reason why we're Africans is because we got a culture that governs us. We're not like the white, they got no culture. You won't see an African woman start putting shit in the daughter's mind at that little age. What's going on? We don't teach our children no more about doctrines. We don't teach them no more about education. We just let them be. We give them freedom. Hey, listen up, you parent. I want to say something for you right now. Freedom itself is not for free. When you misuse freedom, you're going to pay the price for it. How many of the youth out there have I not seen? I've seen a lot of young girls from the age of 20 to 25. They're all having children. What's going on? And then the last time I checked on the news, I see that from the age of 16 to 25 in Kenya right now has been suffering from diseases like HIV. What's going on? Because there's no sex education. What's going on, African parent? Do you really take your time to look about your children? Do you really take your time to check about what they do? Do you really take your time to look into their daily lives? What kind of society are we creating for the future? Look at most of your daughters. Most of your daughters have been having kids with foreigners. If all these foreigners go, who will be their fathers? What are we doing? What are we teaching our children? Do we teach them how to make money because they want to eat at that time and destroy their future? In Africa, you see a girl child of 20 to 25 don't want to go to school no more. Just want to be on the street, want to hustle. What the hell are you hustling about? What are you hustling for? You should be thinking about your lifestyle. You should be thinking about your career, your dignity as a woman. Where's the dignity of an African woman? I see none on the street no more. Every time I stay in my house, I see girls coming over my phone trying to preach relationship to me. Then I'll be like, what, is that what you want? You ought to be in school. You ought to have a life. You ought to have a career. We should stop this madness. We should bring in morals to our activities. All the time you can see girls on the internet just gonna die off because of drugs. How does that help them? These are things that our parents ought to have taught us. There were things my mom taught me, and I still live with them today. I still live with those morals today because she taught me. The question is, what did your mother teach you? What did your father teach you? What are your guardians teaching you? What are the roles they want you to take? What are the advantages they want you to achieve? And what are the disadvantages they want you to discard? What are these things that our parents are not teaching us no more? This is Africa. We've got a culture, please. It's so devastating. It's so heartbroken that I keep saying this shit all the time on the street of Africa. You hardly find a decent woman no more. You go online, you go and see a lot of girls like keep showing their titties and big asses and so on. I want to teach you guys something you need to understand. In the era we are today, I want you to go back to history. I want you to start looking at the big people that you know. How many of them have been married? How many of them has children? How many of them have a decent home they can call, that's my wife? Men out there are struggling to make their life better. And then they need a woman who's supportive. They need a woman who's got intellect, not a woman with titties and boobs and big asses. Excuse me. All the time you guys go out there looking about the internet and trying to like want to cajole what is the internet. I want to embrace it. Hey, listen up. You can't be like Cardi B. You can't be like Nicki. These people has got future already. Even when they flaunt their big asses and shit, they've got future already. What is your future? What is your mandate? You need a life for yourself. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a social life. You need a social life. Everybody deserves a social life. But then everybody needs a life of a career. What's your career? How many times do you want to hop in from one man's bed to another before you can find a perfect man? Why do we keep looking for shit that ain't perfect? Your career is perfect. Your future is perfect. Your life is perfect. Your vision is perfect. If you think that you need anything that's going to be about perfection in your life, there are shit in your life that you ought to make perfect. Not going about hopping the street looking for 1, 2, 3 men to satisfy your selfish and your sexual desires. And then you tell me that you're doing this because you want to survive. What's going on in Africa right now? Do every woman want to be a hooker? You can't even find a decent woman. No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but I'm just saying the truth. I can't even go out in the bar right now for me to sit my ass and feel like I'm going to meet a decent woman. And I see a child of 21, I see a girl child of 22, but then I see some hoish attitude inside of her already. Went to school. Sometimes I speak good English to these people. They don't even know how to respond back because they don't even go to school. Hey, listen, for all the time you people feel like pussy is the game, for all the time you feel like pussy is the office, for all the time you feel like your pussy is establishment, I mean, I ask you one question. What have you achieved with it? Not until your pussy becomes gifted, that's when you're going to achieve something from it. Hey, listen, as long as every man is going to have you and walk away without calling you back, excuse me, you're going to share that pussy for a whole long time. What's going on? What's going on? We need a life. We need a career. We need a destiny, and that's why we need a future. It's that time we sit upright. It's that time women sit upright. It's that time women should come together and understand the fact that in the Western world right now, a woman is being the vice president. Very soon, the woman is going to be a president of the country. Does that mean anything to you? It means that women right there, out there in the Western world, are doing everything right. You want a man to respect you? You got to be dependent. You gotta be dependent, right? And you feel like you want a man to take you as his whole. Every man loves an independent woman. Every man loves a woman who could bring food on the table. Every man loves a woman who could bring an idea on the table. Every man loves a woman and admire a woman. I'm gonna keep a woman who could tell him 1, 2, 3 when he feels like he needs innovation, when he feels like he needs opinion. That's what every dead man wants. No man wants a woman who's going to lay on his bed and start feeling like the only thing she can offer is opening her leg to the south and to the west. No. If that be the problem, many men has ridden on many women. Many women have engrazed the bed of men, and yet they're still on the street. It's that time women should say no to shit. It's that time women should say, we have got a life. It's that time I want women to say, we have got a future. It's that time I want women to say, we can do shit better. Stop selling the pussy. We need intellect. We don't need big titties. We don't need big asses. We need intellect. We need women in a society that when we talk, they contribute positively to it. And not until then, you African women, not until you start changing your mentality about life, you all will be used. You all will never achieve what you want. If you keep hopping from one man to another, no sane man is going to keep you. You start chasing your career, you start chasing your life, you start building a future for yourself right now. This is your homework green.